Hey guys, CDTVthaG here, and the G, of course, stands for Galungung. That's a mountain. Yes, I did just look up a list of mountains that started with the letter G and picked one. And I've seen someone on Twitter say that this deluxe doesn't even follow the mountain theme, that it goes with more of a water theme, so I guess that G doesn't really apply to this deluxe, but it applies to the original album, of which I'm going to be reacting to the deluxe album today. It's the From Me to You Deluxe by Quadeca. I'm very excited to hear this. From Me to You dropped back in March of this year. We're in November now, and it's still one of my favorite albums that has came out this year. I wish I recorded a reaction to that, but this is sort of like the consolation. It's looking good. We've got 6 tracks on here, so it's not a whole other album. 6 tracks that are, as he's described here, either leftovers or reworked songs that didn't make it to the main From Me to You track list. What else could the G have stood for? Galatea? Galgason? Gankar Punsum? Garfield Peak. Is that I want to go to Garfield Peak, man.
I hate Mondays, am I right, guys?
Track number 1. On the From Me to You Deluxe, we have Please Don't Wake Me Up. I'm very excited to hear what the full thing of this sounds like, because just from the snippet, this track got stuck in my head, so that's a pretty good sign already.
Please don't let me down.
That feels very voice memos, this starting part.
Think he's already dead. So please don't wake me up.
Oh my god.
Please don't wake me up. Try to find a way to be
Oh,
alone without security.
I wasn't expecting it to go in this direction. Let's go. Build up into that chorus. Okay. Okay. I did enjoy that track, but I will say I feel like the best part of it was the part that I'd already heard from the snippet. I really liked how that sounded, and then when the second chorus came around, it sounded like there was more layers with the instruments there, but it still came across as more low-key than the first chorus, and I prefer how the first one sounded. I really liked the sound of that and how it just built up, and it's got that build-up of the tension and then just a release, which is what you get on the production of a lot of the From Me to You tracks. So yeah, I feel like I heard the best part of that track in the snippets already. The rest of the sound was interesting, but maybe I need some more time for that to grow on me. So let's move on to the next one. Track number 2 on the deluxe, More Than Mine. Oh, wasn't this one like People Pleaser Part 2 or something like that? Because I feel like it reminds me a little bit of that song already.
Had to make sure I'm set. I should know better. I believe it always said. Sorry, I don't remember. I wanna go forever. I wanna be the one to make it all mine. All these spotlights on stage, I just lost track of my shadow. Everything's shallow, only see God and piano. I've been growing up, the case I'm making gets small. Increasingly standing tall is easily had to stall. Just to give you all a piece of me, used to want to be a star. That was all, but recently.
Oh, one second, man. One thing I really like about the fact that Quadeca pretty much produces the bulk of his own music now is how he can sort of tie what he's saying in the lyrics into the instrumental. I can't remember the exact line right there, but you said something about stalling, and then you heard like this sort of like glitchy sound in the instrumental, like it was stalling up. Just small touches like that. It's nothing major, but it's just a cool little thing that you can't really achieve if you're buying beats from someone else and rapping over those beats. If you're making your own beats, you can put those small little artistic touches in there that really just add to the overall experience.
Questioning the thought I was ever truly alone. I think that's the saddest lie that I let consume on its own. I let it through to my bones. I never knew it would grow so much.
Oh my god.
My life is more than mine. All these spotlights in my face, I'm feeling sort of blind.
It's the goddamn Sisyphus effect, bro. Blackie Speaks coined that term, the Sisyphus effect. When an instrumental just builds up and overwhelms you. Holy shit. I love that. Wow, that was great. It was 2 minutes and 27 seconds long, and I feel like it managed to do so much with that. That's it, bro. It's the Sisyphus effect at the end, where just the instrumental just builds up and gets really intense, and it's almost like overwhelming. And then you just have it instantly comes back down to calm after it reaches its peak. The water theme works for this sound too, because it's like a tidal wave or something just building up and then crashing down, you know? Sound of that track was incredible, and lyrically, I'm not gonna pick everything up lyrically on the first listen, but I really liked what it touched on there, and the idea of your life being more than yours. It's a very interesting song that comes from someone that's, you know, basically been on social media their whole life. Used to want to be a star, that was all, but recently it was all about me. Childhood dream went a little too hard. 8-year-old me went a little too far. It's going to be very interesting to give that some more listens, pick up on the lyrics a bit more. I think that was great. So let's go on to track number 3 on this deluxe, Back Up to Earth.
I don't really trust and there ain't no reason. I feel like I fucked up every weekend when the paths diverge. One day I'ma come back up to earth. Sick, I need you right back in the world. I've been feeling rushed. I sometimes feel like escaping. Oh, and you've been lost when I'm not there.
Not bad. One thing I appreciate a lot is just the improvement in Quadeca's singing from voice memos, and just over time, the improvements in his singing have been crazy. That was one of the main things that I really liked about From Me to You. The vocals were really strong, and we got a good bit of that on here. The whole track was basically him singing or rapping. I can't say it's a track that I feel too strongly about. It is pretty nice, but compared to everything that was on the album, I don't think I would listen to it too much compared to those songs, if that makes sense. I just don't think I'm crazy about that one. So let's move on to the 4th track on the deluxe, the only one with features. This is Dasani featuring SEBii and DC The Don, neither of whom I'm really familiar with. I've heard both of the names but never heard any of their music, so let's see how it sounds. Okay, shit sounding like a video game.
Shot in the dark, and I threw it in the freezer. Said that shit for tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Last time I told you I love you and you thought that I was joking. Where should I start? And these tears becoming toxic.
Oh my, think we're just getting by. Oh my, you'll never be satisfied.
Ooh, SEBii is smooth on this production. I like this. It's a very different vibe from like everything else on the album, which is interesting. A bit more hyper poppy, I believe. I'm not the best with the genres outside of rap, but if this is hyper pop, I like how it sounds.
Kept you a secret. Shot in the dark, and it's toxic. She's the sun. Times up between us is so hard to go feel. Yeah, I don't wanna be the reason you stop believing. So going on, I miss me. I'm tipsy. I'm finna float around in this day. Kept you a secret. Shot in the dark.
That production along with that hook is fucking insane. Okay, Dasani was crazy. That was not what I was expecting from this deluxe at all, but I think it did fit in. It was very different, a lot more up-tempo compared to pretty much anything else on here. But I think it worked. And as a sort of like deluxe leftover / rework track, I think it was really great on here. Dasani is garbage though. Like Dasani tastes horrible. I don't know how you make water taste bad, but they've managed it. Them and Aquafina, I don't trust them. I think Quadeca pulled that off insanely well, especially for a sound that we haven't really like heard him over before. I don't know how many songs he's made that's similar to this that we've never heard. Maybe the next album is going to be more hyper poppy, who knows? But I think it really really worked on this track. I've got to say the only part that I didn't really enjoy about it personally was DC The Don. I didn't really enjoy his verse. I don't know much about DC The Don's own music, so I can check it out to see if this is an accurate statement or not, but it does kind of sound like a voice that someone would do if they were trying to sort of imitate an emo rapper, or sort of like emo rock vocals. It didn't sound as natural to me, but SEBii and Quadeca sounded great on this, and like I said, the production was just fucking slapping some ass, man. That was good. Track number 5, All My Life.
It's about time. I've been feeling down and on my downtime. I've been waiting on.
Snippet for this was catchy as hell, man.
And it's about time. I've been feeling down and on my downtime. When nothing feels like home, you find a motel where I've been staying all my life. Yeah. I'm so bothersome, I never want to be a burden to you, but we call me sometimes, think I need my reassurance to you. I swear, I swear, I swear.
I want to say real quick, seeing as these are, he said some of these were reworked tracks, I'm wondering if that's a sort of indication to what direction Quadeca's next album is going in. I'm wondering if his next album is going in this sort of more like fast-paced, up-tempo, like I said earlier, maybe a bit more of a hyper-pop production, or just with really just experimental, fast-paced shit. I don't know. I'm excited to see if that's where it goes, but there does seem to be a bit more of that on the Deluxe than there was on the main album.
I cut out all these new fucking distractions. Realize I gotta go and take some action. I can't believe what they said. It's been too long to forget. Keeping you content behind a goal, so I've been waiting all my life. Me in one piece, I haven't found mine, but I've been waiting.
I like this, man.
When nothing feels like home, you find a motel where I've been staying all my life. Yeah.
There it is, those drums, man. All My Life was another great one. I really loved how the chorus on that built up. That's definitely what I like the most from Me to You, just the really intense, overwhelming build-ups. I feel like Quadeca has done that sound really well on here. This was smooth, this one. I think that chorus is insanely catchy. It's another one that has been stuck in my head ever since I've heard the snippet. There's like 3 tracks that I love so far from this. This Deluxe is like a nice little bonus to From Me to You. I definitely already feel like I've got what I needed out of it, which is perfect, and we still have one more song left. So let's get into it. Let's see how I feel about the last track on the From Me to You Deluxe. Track number 6, The Feeling of Drifting Apart.
And it's the feeling of drifting apart when you've been intertwined from the start. Our hearts rewind for you. Don't feel anything at all, and it hurts 'cause it's nobody's fault. It was all said and done anyways. Said goodbye in a million different ways. I fell apart in your arms.
Always gets me. Fuck.
Like a want to hold on.
God.
Took your love with me for my own. Tricked me into false self-acceptance.
Damn.
Up the hill, you and
Wow. Man, that shit had me holding my breath. Jesus. That's crazy. That was just, again, just insanely overwhelming. That track legitimately had me holding my breath at points. Wow. I think that was insanely powerfully done, and an incredible note to close this out on. Like, that's a Deluxe track. This is what he's described as a leftover or a reworked track. It was great. The instrumental on that just cut through my soul. The lyrics were really moving as well. That one was sort of very easy to decipher. It's literally just about the feeling of drifting apart, 2 people falling out of love And like he said, the most painful thing for him was that it was nobody's fault. Sometimes life just happens like that. Like, breakups don't have to be a super dramatic thing that are caused by a single event. It can just be two people drifting apart. I also did see the tweet where he mentioned at the start of the verse here, where he said it's the feeling of drifting apart, like his vocals sort of, you know, drift away from the center of the track. And then when he says when you've been intertwined from the start in the next line, the vocals come back to the center, which again is just a cool little touch. Even if there was a couple of tracks that I felt a bit sort of iffy on this project, the other four just insane. It's interesting because the Deluxe feels like it almost has its like a slightly different line of continuity from the original From Me to You, so it's like trying to like tie this shit together. I think that I'm gonna get a crazy amount of plays out of this Deluxe, honestly. So yeah, let's just go into my overall thoughts on the From Me to You Deluxe by Quadeca. I really liked what this did. It was really consistent with the sound of From Me to You, but there was some tracks, like I said, like Dasani, that did something a little bit different, and I'm interested to see if that's something he builds on more going forward. So yeah, let's go through my favorite and least favorite tracks on this Deluxe before we close this video out. Man, my favorites is gonna be over half of it. You already know my favorites are More Than Mine, Dasani, All My Life, and The Feeling of Drifting Apart. 4 favorites on a 6-track Deluxe. Pretty damn good. As for least favorites, would I even say that Please Don't Wake Me Up and Back Up to Earth are least favorites? I don't think so, because there wasn't anything bad about them. Yes, I didn't like Please Don't Wake Me Up and Back Up to Earth as much as the rest of the project. My reactions to them were a bit more lukewarm, but I wouldn't say there was anything wrong with them to go on my least favorites. It's literally just favorites from this project and 2 that I felt were decent. So maybe even over time, Please Don't Wake Me Up and Back Up to Earth will grow on me. It's just in a first reaction type of setting, they didn't hit me as impactfully as the other 4 that, you know, I really like. I'm gonna go and just listen to these tracks again because I really want to hear them again. A lot of replay value in here. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about it. I had a really great time listening to this. Nice, short and sweet, and just a really fun little Deluxe to react to. Thank you so much for watching. What did you guys think of the From Me to You Deluxe by Quadeca? Let me know down in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate that. And of course, I would appreciate you subscribing if you enjoyed the video. I will see you all in the next one. And this is CDTVthaG, signing out.